A major milestone marked in Miami. The first microchip backed by Elon Musk was implanted into a patient's brain at a local hospital. It is part of a clinical trial giving people who are paralyzed the ability to control their phones or their computers with just their mind. And I spoke to one of the Miami doctors involved, and he says so far it's a success. First time in 2.5 years.
I think my favorite thing is probably being able to turn on my TV.
Military veteran RJ is regaining a simple freedom.
RJ suffered a spinal cord injury, cervical spinal cord injury, due to a motorcycle accident, which left him quadriplegic, which just simply means that he lacks the use primarily of his arms or his legs.
And he, like a handful of other participants across the country, is taking part in a groundbreaking clinical trial that began in 2024.
I'm Nolan, aka P1.
My name's Alex.
I am Brad Smith.
My name is Mike.
Yeah, I'm RJ. I'm P5.
Each patient paralyzed by either a spinal cord injury or ALS. In each of their brains, an implanted microchip called Neuralink.
It's been an incredible amount of progress.
The Neuralink brain-computer device, founded by Elon Musk, teamed up with the Miami Project to Cure Paralysis and the University of Miami Health System. Dr. Jonathan Jagged and his team executed RJ's implant just months ago.
This device is completely invisible, to anybody else that interacts with somebody who has it implanted. The other thing that makes it very unique is how it's been miniaturized. It's a very small device.
About the size of a coin, but the impact so far, anything but small. During Neuralink's summer update on the trial, they showed this moment. Watch as a participant moves his cursor with his mind.
Whoa!
Just beat the world record.
Congrats! Oh, well done, man. Well done.
And these are people that can't even move a mouse, right? So you have to understand, in its early stages, it's been really successful at allowing them to accomplish goals that they cannot otherwise accomplish. But what it can do in the future is anybody's guess.
Anybody's guess about Neuralink's potential. The uncharted territory raises concerns, but Dr. Jagged says it's expected with any new technology. And after years in the making, RJ is hopeful.
Excited to see what BCI's got going on.
And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet had been among them. Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 33. Shalom. I want to start by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Racha Kodash. Double honors to our venerable apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and blessings to the Lord's elect, the house of David. All right, so Brother Haran coming back at you with another lesson, lower and beatifying and uplifting unto the elect. Now, Lord willing, this be quick, straight to the point. All right. Earlier today, I actually saw a video which I ended up uploading. All right. And speaking of that, just real quick, just a heads up that my the main page, the Lightbringer 144 page, got a second strike about over a week ago. So, I think I have about another week left before the strike goes away. Well, not go away, but I'm able to go back to re-upload on that page. But just a heads up that I might not upload on that for a while because through the spirit it might be taken down. I just feel it. So we're just going to be working on this page for the meantime. So just subscribe and be edified, Lord willing. All right. So of course we have go back to the point I was going to make, and then I'll get to this here. All right. I have this this article I want to get into, but today I saw a video and down in Miami yesterday. Actually, this happened where this guy was he got this Neuralink C-hip in his brain. Okay, and the intro, even the way the lady introduced the story. All right then and there, she's letting it be known because it's all scripted, right? She used the word mark, right? So she said mark in Miami, right? Or marked in Miami or something like that. Okay, so, just hearing that, I said, oh, hold on, wait a minute. And you look down at the bottom of the screen, bottom right corner, okay, you had 144, all right, from right to left. Okay, so, I saw that through the spirit. And then, it looked like a triangular 666 around that 144. You know, so it's kind of like, oh, what's going on? You know, and then this whole thing comes about. So, you know, through the spirit, you know, I was like, man, they about to clamp down. All right, because they got that. The way I looked at it through the spirit, that the 666 was around the 144, and I was like, okay, all right. So now Esau's about to make that move. We've been saying it, but now they finally officially done it. You know, it's like, yo, it's here now. You know what I'm saying? And this article I'm about to read is gonna shed even more light as the fact that, you know, this system, this MOTB system is actually in full motion right now as we speak. Okay, it's all happening. It's literally all happening. It's happening so fast. It's not even like you can barely keep up with it. You know, and the days are flying, man. Everything is happening so fast. Time is just flying, man. You know, time is flying like crazy. Yesterday, I saw the priest Amwagabar's video. All right, going into, you know, how fast time is flying, and I was like, damn, like, yo, I've been feeling the same way. I've been saying it for months. All right, you know, I've been saying it. I've been telling my Eve all the time, like, yo, you notice how fast time is moving? Like, yo, it's like the days be flying nowadays. I'm like, damn, it's already Saturday. It's already Friday. Like, you know, it was just Friday. I always say that. You know, so hey, we're definitely living in those days, man. So that means that all according to biblical prophecy, this thing is about to pick up. Okay, this thing is about to pick up, right? So let's go into this real quick. It says, researchers inspired by Palm Vein Tech develop invisible product digital identity. Okay, and this is on biometrics.com. All right, it says the sensing and pattern recognition technologies behind biometrics can also be applied to identifying and learning things about inanimate objects. As part of an ecosystem leveraging infrared technology and palm vein biometrics, a group of researchers from Universidad Carlos III de Madrid, which is abbreviated as UC3M, all right? It says the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, which is MIT, and Adobe Research have developed a way to embed invisible digital information in printed documents using infrared ink and a special USB camera to enable, quote, a new generation of hybrid interfaces between paper and augmented reality, end quote. Naturally, the infrared ink system is called Imprinto. Okay, so, you know, naturally, okay, since they want to play that game, we're going to look up the word Imprinto, or in this case, imprint. Okay, let's pull it up in the online etymology dictionary, and it says here, it's a verb. It says to mark by pressure, stamp, to impress on the mind or memory. See? It says to stamp, to engrave, to imprint. And then it uses the very word, it says mark, impression, imprint, or imprint. Okay? So the very word that they're using, all right, to call, let me just go back to this article. Right? Naturally, the infrared ink system, all right, the system is called Imprinto. Okay, so literally the word imprint with an O at the end of it, which is mark. So what does that tell you? All right, it says imprint, the noun, it says an imprint or mark. There you go. Okay, an imprint or mark. It says impression made by printing or stamping. All right, mark. Okay. It says the larger system incorporating vascular biometrics is called Vein Go One. You hear that? It's all about everything being brought into one. It causeth all. Okay? There's a one world order. There's a one world government, one world system. All right? New world order. Okay? They have it on the I believe it. What was it? A Great Seal? I think what they call it, the seal, the Great Seal, where it says "E pluribus unum," right? Which is Latin for out of many, one. Okay, so you're always going to constantly see those, abbreviations or numbers or things that will always add up to those numbers and those verbiages. Okay, like the number 6. You know what I'm saying? You're always going to see that number associated with anything that's dealing with the system being built, which is all leading to the MOTB, as John in the book of Revelation mentions that his number is 603 score and 6. Okay? So it says here, the largest system incorporated in vascular biometrics is called VeinGo-1, according to a release. Raul Garcia Martin of UC3M's Department of Electronic Technology, who was heavily involved in leading the project, says it analyzes palm vein images captured in real time, allowing not only 2D visualization but also 3D reconstruction of vein depth using that's crazy. Using techniques such as stereoscopy or time of flight. Like, you see what I'm saying? It's like what is all this? Listen to this. It says the patent pending system relies on compact camera connectability connectable via USB-C to any mobile device, which allows blood vessels to be observed under the skin. There you go. Okay, so now this is all the infrastructure being set up. For all these things to actually work, the people are going to have a device in them that can actually interact with the system that that's being built right now. Okay? Everything is tied to your identity. That's why it's called radio frequency identification CHIP. That is the MOTB. Okay? It says, while its near-term use cases include palm vein authentication and there you go, authentication. Okay, proving who you are with your identification. All right. No ID, no access. It causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the, you know what? Exactly. This is all part of it. Okay? Its projected future, all right, says, while its near-term use cases include palm vein authentication and medical imaging, okay? Medical. Pharmacia, medical. It says its projected future has a hint of sci-fi zeal behind it. The authors hope to replace mobile phones with augmented reality glasses or contact lenses. You hear that? Capable of recognizing and interpreting the environment using integrated infrared cameras. In this world, we will constantly be scanning the imprinted labels on everything with our infrared goggles, ingesting a steady stream of encoded data. Oh. What? Ingesting a steady stream of encoded data. What the man, Esau, yo, these devils, man, yo, woo. That's why the Lord is showing in these days, man. All right, I mean, how much longer we want to put up with shit like this, hearing stupid shit like this, ingesting a steady stream of encoded data. And these people have power to they're actually doing it. That's how you know Esau is a fool, man. What is all this? It's crazy work. It's just their lust for power, raw power. It's like that control. It's just like, man, they'll do anything. Wow. Yeah, so, this is it, man. It says, in a video demonstration of the tech, Garcia Martin says the team is in talks with various companies about commercializing VeinGo-1 for palm vein recognition. Okay, your right hand, palm. Okay, today, the video, it came out yesterday. All right, down in Florida, the forehead part is being fulfilled right now. All right, so again, this is all part of them just commercializing, all right, the MOTB. They bring it out, they set the stage to make it seem like, oh, this is brand new technology and it's compatible with this. And, you know, we're setting it up where, you know, people who engage in this type of shit is like, you're augmented, you're a different breed. Like this is sci-fi. Like, wow, you stepped into a different world, so to speak. You know what I mean? You're interacting with machines, like humans and machines, like something that was always thought of as like sci-fi. Like that's not even something that people ever thought would be ever possible. You know? But it's all happening. You know, it's all happening. All right? It says, in the meantime, the Imprinto technology, an infrared ink jacket watermarking technique that can be done using off-the-shelf IR inks and a camera, is designed to allow advanced interaction with physical documents without altering their visual appearance. That means no more QR codes or visible watermarks. Ooh. For digital identity, document authentication could be a major use case. Oh, there you go. See how they tying it all in? That digital ID is very, very, that's the key. That is the key. Okay, let's read some more. It says, the team is also developing a complementary system. Bright Marker. Wow. They don't be hiding no more. They got the name, the mark is right. It's, why come up with a name like that? Bright Marker. All right, which allows invisible codes to be embedded in 3D objects using fluorescent polymers, making it possible to print objects with hidden digital labels. Garcia Martin said, who ever asked for any of this? This is how you know this is to fulfill biblical prophecy, because it's like, ain't nobody asked for this shit. Why is it happening though? Right? Because it's prophecy. See? The prophecies that have been written 2,000 plus years ago is now being fulfilled right now in our time. Ain't no time it's going to be happening after. No. This is happening now. It's happening now. Okay? The Lord says, then shall you know that it is the very same time wherein the highest shall visit the world which he made. Okay? And the ultimate visitation, all right, is the day of the Lord, when Yahushua comes back. All right? But all these things are the signs that leads to the Yahushua's return. You got all this stuff that's going on all at the same time. You got people who are not even in the truth, right? Who are admitting that, oh shit, something is going on, that everything ain't right. Something big is coming. And it's going to change the world forever. All right. Literally the storm that Trump and them are always talking about. Oh, there's a calm before the storm, the calm before the storm. This is it. All right. Revelation 12:12 says, rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Actually, let's get that. Let's get that real quick. All right, it's the book of Revelation, chapter 12, and verse 12. It says, therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Woe to inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. Okay? That's an exclamation mark right at the end of it. Woe. All right? That word woe, let's go into that real quick. Troubles, right? Let's see. Woe. Alas. All right? Woe and alas is the same thing. Okay? It says exclamation of grief. Woe, alas, woe. Okay? So Jeremiah 30:7 says, alas, for that day is great. Woe for that day is great, so that there is none like it. All right? It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Okay? So we're living in those times, man. All right? All signs are pointing to it. That time of temptation like never before. The time of trouble like never before. The time of very uncomfortable times. All right? You're seeing it. It's starting to pick up. You know, you got people complaining about these so-called benefits that are being cut by Trump and them. All in the name of saving money. Saving billions of dollars. All this stupid shit. All right? They just passed the 666 bill, otherwise known as the so-called Big Beautiful Bill. All right, they just passed that on July 4th. They're mocking you on the day where you so-called celebrate your independence. We out here signing things to make sure that you understand very soon, all right, that you never had no such thing as independence. We about to clamp down on you. And they keep testing the people. They're testing the people with all these things that's happening. All of a sudden, the Epstein files are not going to be. They're testing the people, man. They set the stage for a clash, for the people to get pissed off so they could, push back. And then they could bring in that order. Okay? They're just testing the waters right now. They want to know which one, what buttons do we press? And of course, simultaneously, you have some news that came out less than a week ago. They saying that India, there's some form of outbreak, Nipah virus or something like that, outbreak in India. And I remember this back in 2020 when the outbreak thing started. 2019. We're talking about the population and how they want to decrease it by 2025. And through the spirit, we're talking about the two biggest or largest countries. They're going to start off with them. We said China, and then we said, soon they're going to go after India. All right, and India, they could hit them with famines, right, with lack of food. And if you don't get the ID stuff, you can't really participate. You can't really be identified, so we can't give you food. All that stuff is, not only is it depopulating, all right, but it's also a trial with their new technologies, okay? And as it's going from China, India, it's all going to come all the way over here, okay? The UK, in Europe, they already got the system ready to go. All right, they got that shit ready to go, man. Okay, so the war is really, truly here. All right, so very soon people are going to realize it, though. It says what? Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil has come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that ye hath but a short time. Okay, the time is flying, days are shortened for the elect's sake. And Esau is knowing, he knows he's running out of time. It's just a lot of work he got to do. First, you got to bring down the population, all right, and then get the people, force them to actually see him, and then apparently live in perfect harmony. Is that what that's what they're thinking? No, it doesn't play out that way. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, buddy. All right. So yeah, man. This thing is in the works, man. Researchers inspired by Palm Vein technology develop invisible product digital identity. Okay, so yeah, Jeremiah. Revelation 13 is definitely playing out right now. Okay, it's definitely playing out right now, man. So there's not that much time left. Beautiful times we're in, though. Beautiful times. Okay, beautiful times. Let's close it out with this. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 14. Just like 1 second. Voice getting a little hoarse. Revelation chapter 13, verse 14 says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, right? The whole Neuralink, that's a form of miracles. All right, people who can't walk, now all of a sudden they can walk. The guy said he was paraplegic, right? Meaning all fours, his legs can't work, his arms, his hands can't work. All right, messed up his spinal cord in a motorcycle accident or something, right? But boom, here comes a miracle guy. Elon Musk with Neuralink come in, boom, hey, now this guy could function. Crazy, right? Crazy. But it's all part of what? The deception. It says, and deceiveth. That's the point. That's the key. It's made to deceive you into buying into it. Okay? That's the whole point. They're not just going to force you into the prison. They have to bait you into the prison because there's way too many of you. All right? If they force it and you resist, then it's going to be a problem. So they got to bait you into it. You know? So anyway, continue. It says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. Okay, NATO and the EU. So in other words, the countries, all right, predominantly that make up NATO and the EU, you're going to see them push this heavily. All right, the system is going to be heavily pushed upon their people. It's going to be built into the system, into their law, into their societal structure. Okay, and that way it makes it hard for people to escape. You know, it says what? That they should make an image, or it says, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. Okay, so they want to bring back that spirit of that Roman Empire spirit, but make it rule for eternity, so to speak, through artificial intelligence. Okay, it came back as America. Rome came back as America, but look at how America is leading the charge when it comes to all of this stuff going on. Okay, all these tech companies, Neuralink, all these different companies, they're taking that brave step, all right, that giant leap forward, so-called, in order to fulfill biblical prophecy. In their minds, it's a form of control, and it's slipping out of their hands. They have to move fast. But the reality through prophecy is they're moving fast because they have a short time in order for them to fulfill this prophecy. Okay? And once it's fulfilled, boom, it's over with. They don't get to enjoy, like, no. The Lord is using you to set this up because it's the Most High's test. Okay? And the elect are going to pass that test, but the rest are going to be destroyed by thermonuclear fire. If you're here in America, Babylon the Great, that is. Okay? So them dudes in the video that you see that already got the C-hip because they were paraplegic and whatever, and all of a sudden this thing saved their lives, and okay, guess what? They're marked for death. They're done. It's over with. It's over with. All right, if they still live till the missiles come, they in America here, they're gonna eat missiles. All of them, they're done. It's over with. All right, but see, in the world, that's like, oh, this new technology, look at the kind of positive things it's doing, and you guys are denouncing it. You guys are saying that, oh, this is the devil's tool of control. Is that what you're saying? Like, oh, you guys are conspiracy theorists. You see? So they have to bring it in deceptively by making it seem like it's saving lives and it's good for society and changing how things are done and so on and so forth. Okay? They got AI bringing dead people from the dead to come and stand in court and plead their case and shit. It's all this dumb shit. Okay? AI is reviving dead relatives. They're going to get the digital information, take pictures of them, and then animate it, make it look real and shit like that. It's like, what the, you know? So yeah, Esau is just, he's doing everything he can to bring this thing to fruition. And we're almost there. Okay, we're almost there. Anyway, I'm going to leave it up there. Lord willing, you're edified and informed. In closing, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak Kodash, the water Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Until next time, Shalom.
You declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah, I would.
All right.
I guess I would. I think that less so because, you don't know it. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there because there's a lot of phony stuff with that whole world. Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable. Do you want to waste the time and do you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this where we're having some of the greatest success and also tragedy with what happened in Texas. It just seems like a desecration, but you go ahead.
Question of Jeffrey Epstein in your remarks about in the Q&A.
Well, I think he's got a problem. I mean,
what do you think the problem will be?
I don't know, but that island was really a cesspool. There's no question about it. Just ask Prince Andrew. He'll tell you about it. The island was an absolute cesspool.
How is it that my father can be convicted of 34 crimes, but no one on Epstein's list has even been brought to light? I'm trying to figure out how that's possible, right, folks?
Why is the FBI protecting the greatest pederast, the largest scale pederast in human history?
Simple, because of who's on that list.
Everybody in politics has a vice that's much worse than alcoholism, is the way that I put it. But we
release the list.
Seriously, we need to release the Epstein list.
If I'm president, I will have that war settled in one day, 24 hours. If I were president, and I say this, I will end that war in one day. It'll take 24 hours. We're going to send some more weapons. We have to. They have to be able to defend themselves. They're getting hit very hard now. They're getting hit very hard. We're going to have to send more weapons. Yeah, defensive weapons primarily, but they're getting hit very, very hard. We want to put defensive weapons because Putin is not treating human beings right. He's killing too many people.